You know that really annoying UFC player that throws a million strikes but somehow never loses any stamina? No matter your striking defense, they just keep throwing 6-punch combinations that wear down your block, and you inevitably end up on the canvas and the controller ends up through the television. Well, that's Max Holloway. Only difference, this is real life.
Is this real life?
Max is one of the greatest featherweights of all time, only surpassed by Volk. I've heard some people say Jose Aldo, but he beat the brakes off Jose twice. Where's the argument? He has cardio for days, a great striking skill set, and quite literally, the greatest chin in MMA history. On top of that, there's nobody who makes fighters melt in the cage quite like he does. Anthony Pettis, Jose Aldo twice, hell, he gave Brian Ortega striking lessons mid-fight. That's something people would throw tomatoes at the screen for if it was a movie because of how unrealistic it is, and yet, here we are. The guy throws upwards of 500 strikes per fight. Sometimes more, sometimes way more. And he's been dropped once in his entire career. Twice if you count the shot from Dustin Poirier.
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby!
Max Holloway holds about 700 UFC striking records, or something like that. One of which is significant strikes landed in a fight, when he absolutely ran through Calvin Kattar, with a whopping 578. That's not a video game number or an accumulation over the course of a trilogy. That was Max Holloway eating Calvin Kattar's soul in front of wives and children, and was only one of the 14 all-time striking records that were broke that night. 15 if you count Calvin Kattar's face.
He dies.
Suffice it to say, Max Holloway is an expert boxer. In particular, his distance management and ability to roll with punches is some of the best I've ever seen. I mean, really, outside of Volk and Dustin, nobody's really had an answer to Max's stand-up. His striking is one big cycle of hitting you first, moving away from your counter shot, and then hitting you again afterward.
He doesn't overswing it either, Joe. He just kind of snaps it out there, pops it right in your face.
He's a volume guy.
It's beautiful to watch. And he's still getting better, which might be the craziest part of his story, at least for me. He's only 32, somehow. And it's possible that outside of his Super Saiyan performance against Kattar, his best performance to date was his last one against Gaethje. He showed he doesn't have to flood you with sheer volume to win, and he can easily stay at distance and win the jab and leg kick battle, so to speak. Everyone's only going to remember the last 10 seconds of that fight justifiably, but until then, it was a beautiful display of hit and not get hit by Max against someone like Gaethje who hits like a wrecking ball. I'll let Chael sum up a lot of MMA fighters.
I am able to stand back at our sport as much as I love it, and I love the guys in it, and I admire them and all of these different things, but this is a fist fight between two half-naked guys. Like, we're not a glamorous group of individuals. I mean, we are some of the lower rungs of society, and you know plenty of fighters. I mean, how many of them do you trust? How many of them do you like, right? That list starts getting smaller and smaller.
That's usually pretty true, and that's why I love Max so much. I have no doubt he's a good dude. But besides that, he's one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. Unless you can take him down and hold him there like Conor McGregor did, and God, that's a weird sentence to say, but it is factually accurate. It's hard to find a boring Max Holloway fight. Trash talking, clapping at his opponents, learning striking techniques from video games, the guy is just himself. Where does he go from here? I don't know, and I honestly don't care. Is it Ilya?
I'm in!
Is it Islam?
I'm in!
Is it Dustin for the 55-pound title?
I'm in!
Is it Volk for a 4th time? Okay, maybe I care about that one. But Max Holloway has the world at his fingertips. And regardless of what's next, myself and the whole MMA world will be watching.